Of course, there's the Iowa debacle.
The 2020 race kicks off with a debacle for Democrats.
Just couldn't have worked out better for Donald Trump.
It wasn't the Russians in this case. It appears to be the Democrats who did it to themselves.
Just look, what a shit show this Iowa caucus was.
What a mess.
So awkward, so embarrassing.
And it's not, it does seem to be a wee bit shady.
Hey, man, they flipped coins and fair is fair.
When you're watching, and then flip it over. Flip it over. Heads. Buttigieg. Yep. Oh, no. You want to do Buttigieg.
All right, so Buttigieg will get 3 delegates.
That's the heart of democracy in 2020. Technology at its best. We're going to flip a coin. We're going to have some kid who's not even sure if he's supposed to flip the coin twice. Isn't even that official of a coin toss, but what could be more fair than a guy who flips a coin?
These are probably the most prepared we've ever been as a party for these caucuses.
And they all seem to go for Buttigieg. So weird.
And yet, somehow, Mr. Sanders had more of the popular vote, but because of this coin flip system, he doesn't win the state.
And did you see there's this clip that was getting passed around? It was going viral of Buttigieg actually saying months ago when he was ripping on Donald Trump. He's like,
at risk of sounding a little simplistic, one thing I believe is that in an American presidential election, the person who gets the most votes ought to be the person who wins.
This is just something about like the Trump era is that this just keeps happening. Everything the Democrats say comes back to bite them in the ass. And they've gone all in on this like, well, the popular vote is really what matters. And now, of course, when Bernie Sanders gets more votes on a statewide election where there's actually a much stronger argument that the popular vote is what should matter and not this delegate system. But of course, these other people don't want to make that argument because they don't want Bernie Sanders to win.
We should remember that the Iowa caucuses were not invented as a way of choosing a president of the United States.
Sanders.
It's like a John Jones victory. It's just on the card.
Yeah, just on the card. I mean, sure, it seemed like he lost 3 rounds and only won 2, but you know what? Fuck it. It's the greatest ever. Pete Buttigieg.